The word feeling refers to the experience of sensations that arise from one's own actions or karma. There are three sorts of feelings: inner feelings or moods, outer feelings, and feelings in and of themselves. Inner feelings, in terms of how they feel, are of three kinds: sukha vedana, good moods, a carefree sense of ease or well-being in the mind; dukkha vedana, bad moods, a feeling of sadness, irritation, or depression; upekkha vedana, neutral moods, during intervals when happiness and sadness are not appearing. Outer feelings are also of three kinds: somanasa vedana, pleasure or delight in objects of the six senses, sights, sounds, smells, tastes, tactile sensations, and ideas, becoming attracted to and pleased with these things as they come into contact with the heart. Domanassa vedana, displeasure or discontent that arises from contact with objects of the senses, such as sights, sounds, smells, tastes, etc., as they appear to the eye, ear, nose, tongue, etc., and strike one as unsatisfactory or undesirable. Upekkha vedana, a feeling of indifference or neutrality as one comes into contact with sights, sounds, etc. These feelings are called out feelings because they are connected with the external sense media. Feelings in and of themselves. This refers to the act of focusing on any single aspect of the above-mentioned feelings. In other words, you don't have to be particular. Whenever pleasure arises, for example, set your mind on investigating it. Keep it firmly in mind. Watch after it to see that it stays within you and that you stay within it. Don't let your frame of reference slip away and change, and don't let any hopes or wants arise in that mental moment at all. Then use your powers of focused investigation to look into the truth of the feeling, and alertness to watch after the mind to make sure that your awareness stays in place. Don't allow the mental current that causes stress to arise. The cause of stress first arises when alertness is weak and the mind vacillates. The vacillation is called craving for not becoming, vibhava tanha. As the movement becomes stronger, a mental current arises and goes straying out. The current that strays out is craving for becoming, bhava tanha. When it comes across a thought or sensory object and grabs hold, that's called craving for sensuality, kama tanha. For this reason, you should watch after the mind to make sure that it stays with its one object, its feeling of pleasure. Don't let any other preoccupations get involved. Keep your mindfulness and alertness firmly in place, and then make a focused investigation of the truth of that feeling. Only when you do this can you say that you are making use of feelings in and of themselves as a frame of reference. By and large, whenever a mood or feeling arises, we tend to give rise to various hopes or desires. For instance, when a good mood arises, we want that sense of well-being to stay as it is or to increase. This desire gives rise to stress, and so we receive results contrary to what we had hoped for. Sometimes a bad mood arises and we don't want it, so we struggle to find happiness, and this simply piles on more suffering. Sometimes the heart is neutral, neither happy nor sad, neither pleased nor displeased, and we want to stay that way constantly, or else we start to think that staying neutral is stupid or inane. This gives rise to more desires, and we start to struggle for something better than what we already are. When this happens, we can't say that we're firmly based on our frame of reference. For even though we may be mindful of the fact that a good or a bad or a neutral feeling has arisen, we're not beyond it. This shows that we lack the three qualities that can nurture and support mindfulness in becoming a factor of the path. In other words, start out with alertness firmly established, and then use mindfulness to connect the mind with its object. Don't let the mind slip away from the object, and don't let the object slip away from the mind. Keep mindfulness firmly in reference to the object, and watch the mind to make sure that it stays fixed on its one object. As for the object, it's the responsibility of your focused investigation to keep track of whatever aspect of feeling may appear, inner or outer, happy, sad, or neutral. For instance, when pain arises, what does it come from? Investigate it until you know its truth. What does pleasure come from? It's the duty of your focused investigation to find out. In what mental moment does neutrality occur? It's the duty of your focused investigation to keep watch until you really know. Whatever feelings may arise, inner or outer, are the responsibility of your focused investigation. You have to use your powers of analysis to burn into whatever spot a feeling may arise. This is the first round in your investigation. The second round. Watch the arising of feelings in the present. You don't have to follow them anywhere else. Tell yourself that whatever may be causing these feelings, you're going to focus exclusively on what is present. Focus on the fading of feelings in the present. Focus on the passing away of feelings in the present. Stay with the realization that feelings do nothing but arise and fall away, simply flowing away and vanishing in various ways, with nothing of any substance or worth. When you can do this, you can say that your frame of reference is firmly established in feelings in and of themselves. And at that point, the path comes together. If we were to express this in terms of the factors of the path, we'd have to do so as follows. The alertness that constantly watches after the mind, keeping it at normalcy, making sure that it doesn't fall into unskillful ways, is virtue. The mindfulness that keeps the mind connected with its object so that it doesn't slip away to other objects is concentration. The focused investigation that penetrates into each object as it arises so as to know its true nature clearly, knowing both arising and disbanding, as well as non-arising and non-disbanding, is discernment. These three qualities have to arise together in a single mental moment for the path to come together. Magga Samangi. And then the path will function on its own, in line with its duties, enabling you to see clearly and know truly without having to let go of this or work at that, work at this or let go of that, let go of the outside or work at the inside, work at the outside or let go of the inside, or whatever. When all three of these qualities are gathered together, you can deal with any feeling at all, past, present, or future, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Because when these three qualities are fully developed, they all connect. This is why I made the comparison at the beginning. The mind is like a drive shaft. Alertness is like a pulley spinning in place around the drive shaft. Mindfulness is like the belt that keeps the mind and its objects from slipping away from each other. Focused investigation is like the saw blade that works back and forth, cutting each object to pieces, which is what is meant by Bhagawant. Only a person who has a discernment to see in line with the truth in this way can be said to have fully mastered the use of feelings as a frame of reference.